In this part of 9.2 Day 1, we're going to cover the different parts of parabolas as well as the equations for parabolas. The first part that we're going to look at is our vertex. In this case, it is right down here. Our axis of symmetry goes right down the middle of the parabola. If you were to fold your piece of paper in half that you graph the parabola on so that they would match up, that would be your axis of symmetry. Our focus is always inside the parabola, so depending on the different parabolas, it could be somewhere out here, or it might be here, or it might be down here, or it might be up here. It's always on the axis of symmetry, and it's always in the parabola. And our directrix is a line that's outside of the parabola, and we'll get to more specifics as we start writing the equations of parabolas and graphing them. There is a relation between the focus, the parabola, and the directrix. Any point on the parabola will be equidistant to both the focus as well as the directrix. Remember, that's a perpendicular line drawn to the directrix, while the same length as a line drawn to the focus. So as you see these congruent marks on this segment here as well as this segment here, any point on the parabola will be equidistant to both the focus as well as the directrix. Our first equation for a parabola is a positive one that's going vertical, so it's going up. Our arrows would be pointing up with this one. So we need to remember this equation here. Now the other version of it would be if we were pointing down. This one's pointing down, so we have our negative sign out in front of the 1 over 4p. We're going to have two other variations. For this one, it's going to the right. Now when it's going to the right or to the left, it's going to start with an x. Since it's going to the right, it's pointing towards our positive numbers. Notice how the numbers get bigger. They're going positive here, they're going negative here. Since the graph is pointing towards the positive numbers, we know that there is going to be a positive sign in front of the 1 over 4p, or we don't really see anything at all. Now we have our negative sign out in front because the graph is pointing towards the left. It's pointing towards our negative numbers. Our negative numbers are here on the x-axis. The graph is pointing to the negative numbers. Therefore, we need the negative sign out in front of the 1 over 4p.